I wanted to ask about a change in tone from the administration when it comes to blaming the unvaccinated. In July, you were actually asked about when Governor Ivey said it's time to start blaming unvaccinated folks, and you said, quote, you didn't think it was, quote, our role to place blame, and it was, quote, not the role of the federal government to blame. But that's pretty much what President Biden did yesterday. So what has shifted, in these months that you've decided to take a more aggressive tone?
Well, I don't think it will surprise you. I wouldn't characterize his speech in exactly those words or that terminology. What you heard the president convey yesterday is the next steps that he is taking, using every lever of government to reduce his sicknesses, to reduce hospitalizations, to protect more people, and save more lives. I will say that he was channeling the frustration that millions of people across this country are feeling who are vaccinated, that many governors and elected officials have also shared their frustration over. And as is the case, it is also true that there has also been a growing frustration among people. So if you look at the trends over the last couple of months, we didn't anticipate, I will say, that when there was a vaccine approved by under a Republican president, that the Republican president took, that there would be such hesitation, opposition, vehement opposition in some cases from so many people of his own party in this country. We didn't anticipate that. It's also true that there were many people in this country who weren't vaccinated who said, I'm just waiting for the FDA to approve the vaccine. That happened several weeks ago. There's still 80 million people who were unvaccinated. And we've also seen during this time the Delta variant, a transmissible variant, pose greater risks, put more people in hospitals, including kids. So that is why people across the country are frustrated, who are vaccinated, and certainly the president was channeling that yesterday.
And one more quick one on OSHA. Can you talk about enforcement of the vaccine mandate for businesses? We've already seen a lot of evidence that OSHA is overtaxed. There was an IG report that suggested, even though there's been more OSHA complaints, there's been fewer investigations. So will the administration be providing more resources to OSHA to help them to implement this mandate? How will it work?
That's a great question, Alex. Obviously, the president just announced the steps yesterday. There'll be a rulemaking process that's going to take a little bit of time, and certainly whatever resources they need, I'm sure the president will want them to have.
Go ahead. Just to follow up on the enforcement of that, realistically, how long could it take? Some experts say it could take months, and the effects of this new rule, especially for companies, may not be felt in time for the Delta wave. Do you have an estimation on how long it could take?
I don't have an estimation for you today, but there's clearly an urgency here, and we want to ensure that rulemaking proceeds rapidly, as quickly as possible. I'll also note, though, that there are a number of companies that have already put requirements in place. United Airlines, Tyson Foods, Southwest, Houston Methodist, the huge hospital system was one of the biggest ones that did this early. They had a varying number of days for implementation, but certainly we're going to put every resource in the federal government to get this going rapidly. We've also seen announcements. Southwest Airlines announced today it was taking the next steps toward full compliance. And Business Roundtable issued a statement welcoming the president's announcement. Certainly this will be up to a number of private sector companies. Our expectation and hope is they will take these steps on their own, and then we will continue to implement for those who are not complying.
Another question.